This is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. On the visitor sideline, Patriot head coach Mike Vrabel. He's got his defense playing well. They enter this one coming off the shutout in the win a week ago. Then on the Dolphins side, you've got Mike McDaniel. His guys, on the other hand, couldn't pull one out last week in the opener, so they're looking for their first win at home here in week 2. Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go through this downpour in South Florida. They'll get across the 20, mark them down 23-yard line. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production and some efficiency out of this passing game.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A first carry here for Devon Achane. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 5. Once again, it's Achane. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. That's Marte Mapu getting in there to make the stop.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 1.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
Here we go on 4th down with Tua. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
Turnover on down.
come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, his team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
Now, the former Buckeye, it's Travion Henderson. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a game of about one. It was Zach Sealer in on the tackle. Throwing on third down is May. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
They'll go. Here's May. That's taken in. He's going to have the Pats first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth down. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On a run, and this is Henderson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the gun, here's May. Digs on the reception. First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Working out of the gun. It's May. This one's just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Open man, right side. He's got it. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth down.
First up 10 at the 21-yard line.
On the give, it's Henderson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not,
and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, New England. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The extra point is good. And the Patriots will take a 7-0 lead. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. There's Mike McDaniel. His Dolphins getting ready for their next possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into two, one bad play to turn into two. The best teams in this league, man, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Here's 2 and out on second down. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, ready.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That is Christian Barmore. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here. So on fourth down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. So, Greg, this offense comes on the road here in week 2. Look, road games are so hard in the NFL, but it's nice to hit the road coming off a win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's amazing how winning creates more winning. It kind of has an ability to kind of build on itself. It's a snowball effect. So when you're winning, you're feeling good, everything works. And all of a sudden, you start losing, and you start questioning everything about your approach. So the key in the NFL is win or lose, you're on to the next game. And it's the team's ability to start fresh every single week, regardless of the previous week's outcome. Those are the teams that find themselves in position of the playoffs down the stretch.
Sure pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of 9.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
Throwing on second down. May. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
May to throw again. And that ball incomplete over the middle. We're trying to locate Travion Henderson out of the backfield. It's second down. They'll run. It's Henderson. And, oh, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain. A tough spot here. Third and long. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football. As they've got it with fourth down coming up. On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try. Spotted at the 35. This a 45-yard attempt. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Pats will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organization.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So,
oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Christian Barmore. He had 2 sacks in the opener, and give him 1 more here in week 2.
We spent so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
A ball deep for the end zone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field, and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets, Rams and Jags. They'll also play in London week 6 and 7. The Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having Played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London when I played for Carolina. It's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On the return, it's Hill. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back. The schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your minds. Interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
You know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes #1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think the guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit now, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is flown up behind the line.
Look, Mike, I realize most people, if they saw a lineman of his size waiting for him, they would just run the other way. But it's his job to try to find a way around the big fella and get what he can. Running backwards only turns a small setback into a much bigger one.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does. And I think the part that people don't talk about enough is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread. But now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, It's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped the run. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss and you got the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over.
May to the air once more. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here's May again. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. That is Juju Brents coming off the corner blitz, getting in to record the sack. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They're going. It's May. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. First and 10 now from the 36. Devon Achad ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. On first and 10, here's Tua. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. They'll work now on second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
From the gun, here's Tua. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. He'll try and run it here. It's Achad. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Here's Jake Bailey now as he's on to punt for Miami. On the return is Jones. And they'll finally put an end to this, but a great return to the other side of midfield.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
To throw on first down is May. Pass caught right side by Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A 33-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. We enjoyed it so much last week, the EA folks said, hey, come back, let's do it again. So here we are, week 2. Let's get after it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. It begins in Kansas City. The Chiefs at home to take on the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's Trevor Lawrence. One of his 3 touchdown passes in the ballgame, he also added a rushing touchdown for good measure. The Eagles get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And it's David Montgomery. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Seahawks even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's last year's most valuable player, Josh Allen. Hooking up with his man for the touchdown here, one of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. The Bills get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9. 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 50-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. This one not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down. Throw again is May. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try to run for it. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. Thrown out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. 3rd down coming up. To throw now, May. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal. Off the play fake, here's May. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Patriots. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. The PAT, up and good. And the Pats will extend this third quarter lead. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. There's Mike McDaniel. His Dolphins getting ready for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's A-Chain. And he'll take this to about the 28. Marcus Jones is there to make the stop.
2 yards.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 28-yard line.
Ready.
A shotgun snap to Tua. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Bailoa. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will finally run him down. A big-time play for the Dolphins. 37 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion, Westbrook Akine. He'll get this out wide. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They're going to run. That's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And he's down at the 3. What a run. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
First down.
Hill brought in motion.
18.
A-10. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd
44.
and
Ready.
goal.
Now Tua, he's going to flip it forward.
These are the worst. I had a couple of years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him,
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun. It's May. He'll look deep here for Diggs. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. And uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it. And it brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
From out of the gun, here's May. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Keyshawn.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's May. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Tua, give it to Achane. Good running inside the 25. And he's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. That is first touchdown of the new year. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Marcus Jones now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. Diggs on the reception. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So 1st and 10 here now at the 38. On the ground, here is Henderson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9. May gonna look to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, New England.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go, throw. Hey, what's up?
Once more, it's Anderson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
10 more yards.
Give him 10 more on that one. And another first down.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll get about 5.
Stevenson, the tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Here comes second and 4.
What's up? Hey, what's up?
We'll go right back to Stevenson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. This crowd into it now as we get to third down.
Hey, what's up? 5.
To throw is May. That is caught by the tight end, Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point now for Borregales. He knocks it through. And the Patriots will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Drill. All that rapping pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Ikhine. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
On 2nd down, A-check. And some good running there. That's a 1st down up to the 43.
It's a gain of 8.
Hill brought in motion.
Dolphins, 1st down.
They'll fake the handle. Now, Tua. Quick throw here is complete. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down. From the 48-yard line. Here is 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the handoff, this is H.A. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd.
They'll stay on the ground with H.A. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good.
In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's H.A. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
They send a receiver in motion left. Off play action, it's Tua. He's going to air this one out. Looking for Hill. And he will score. Game on. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Stevenson. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Has completed to Douglas. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. A run here with Stevenson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the 35-yard line.
On the give, this is Stevenson. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Now, May. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
A 29-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They get the victory here away from home to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.